Last year, when Devin was released, everything became Devin. We had this project Open Devin, we had lot of LLMs which had Devin in their name, and there was a plethora of websites, frameworks, and toolkits which came with Devin in their name. And now these days, we don't really hear about that Devin project as much as we were hearing about it last year. Last year, it was so much euphoria and hype that it was looking that maybe we are going to see the back of all of human software engineers very soon, because AI will take over all of this software engineering, and we will be running all of these agents in our companies to generate code, to build code, and to refactor the existing code. Fast forward few months and you see that OpenDevin project, which also gained a lot of attention, has now changed its name to OpenHands. Not only that, but they have sort of refactored everything around their code, and they are acknowledging some of the limitations in their documentation too. So in this video, we are going to install this OpenHands, which is formerly OpenDevin, on our local system, and then we will see how it works. We will also have a quick look at few of the limitations, which is really good of them to disclose, especially around the use of local models and open source models when it comes to this AI assisted software engineering. So let's get started. Before I move forward, let me introduce you to the sponsors of the video, who are AgentQL. AgentQL is a query language that turns any web page into a data source. With its Python SDK and live debugging tool, you can scrape and interact with web content. AgentQL works on any page. It is resilient, it is reusable, and it structures output according to the shape of your query, and I will drop the link to their website in video's description. Okay, so let's see what this OpenHands is. As I said, it is a platform for software development, agents powered by AI. I already have covered OpenDevin last year when it came to everyone's attention, and it was a bit flaky but still good enough. And they have improved it a lot, it seems. And these OpenHands agents can do a lot of things which human developer can do, but up to a certain extent. It can write code, it can modify code, it can run commands, it can browse the web, it can call APIs, and it can even copy some of the code snippets from Stack Overflow. It can deal with GitHub Actions, and there are few other things which it can do. But again, there are few limitations which I will mention shortly. So, but first let's get it installed. I will be running this Ubuntu 22.04, and I have this GPU card NVIDIA RTX A6000 with 48 GB of VRAM, courtesy mass compute. You really don't need any GPU for this because we will be using API based stuff here, and why we are doing that I will explain shortly. First, let's create a virtual environment with Coda. You don't have to do that, but I would suggest that it is quite a good practice. And that is all done. One prerequisite which you need to have in order to install this OpenHands is to have Docker. So make sure that you have a recent version of Docker installed. If you don't know how to install it, please search my channel. I already have done a video on it. In the Conda environment, I have to set this permission on the Docker's socket file. Now first let's pull the image, the Docker image of this OpenHand from the repo, because I don't have it. So it is going to download it. So let's wait. And while it is downloading, let me explain to you the limitations and what I was referring to around using the LLMs behind the scene. Remember, OpenDevin in itself is not much. It uses the power of large language models, especially the coding models, in order to become a software engineer. They have tried with the open models like with llama.cpp, Olama, LM Studio, and with all the open source models, but they have found out the performance is not good. In their experiments, they have found that Anthropic's Claude 3.5 Sonnet is the best by a fair amount, whereas second is GPT-4o, but even that doesn't work that good. Thirdly, they have also tried out the open source one. The only open source model which has good performance is Llama 3.1 405 billion parameter and up to some extent DeepSeek. But no one can install the 405 billion parameter model, so you have to use the hosted API for that. So to cut the long story short, you cannot use local models with it, you have to use the hosted models with it. And you see that I'm running that Docker container which we have just downloaded with this command. Shouldn't take too long. So yeah, so again, you can, the best option to use is Anthropic's Claude, second OpenAI's GPT-4, or Llama 3.1405, or DeepSeek. I will be using OpenAI's model because that is the API key I have, and all of them are paid options. So, and one biggest problem or limitation with these sort of tools is the cost and API call throttling. These software engineers make a lot of API calls, and I'm not exaggerating. So make sure whenever you are using them, you set a limit on your spend, whatever hosting provider you are using. So make sure that you have that set in your system, because I have seen people spending hundreds of dollars on this, which is not cool at all. Anyway, so now you know the limitations and stuff. And OpenDevin is installed. It is running on our local system at port 3000. So let me quickly open my browser here, and I am quickly just going to do with port 3000. So I don't want to send any data to them. Now you can use LLM provider, so I'm going to use with my OpenAI, that is a key I have, but if you have any other key you can use that. Also, if you have any custom model, if it doesn't appear here, then you can just toggle the option, but I think I'm just going to go with GPT-4o. Let me insert my API key here and click on save. So this is my key. Let's click on save. I'll just say not now. And now it is asking me, what do you want to build? You can also attach it to your GitHub, or you could import the project. Now another limitation with this is that this doesn't work really well with your existing code base. Whenever, and this I have found out with a lot of such sort AI assisted software engineers, where if you provide them a clean slate with no context and ask them to build a project from scratch or build a code from scratch, they perform better. But if you give them any existing code base and ask them to either refactor it or rewrite it, and if the code is quite complex with lot of packages, lot of classes, lot of different files, folder hierarchical structure, they struggle a lot. So if you're a software engineer, software developer working in a complex environment, your job is safe for a few years, don't worry. Okay, let me try to build something short so that I don't become bankrupt with my API calls. So I'm just asking it to build a simple web page to display subscribe to channel in colorful way. Then you can press enter. Also, if you want to change your stuff later, then you can simply click on settings and go from there. And you can see that it has created a web page. It says that I have created a simple HTML web page that displays subscribe to channel in a colorful way. The text is styled with a gradient and an animation. So if I select this, it is loading here. Can I check it out on the browser? I clicked on the browser, it's not showing me. I think I would just need to go with the workspace. I guess I will open it in my browser. And there you go. So it has just described it in that gradient in a colorful way. So looks really good to me. So all in all, as I said, you can play around with it. As far as these simple projects are concerned, if you are starting from scratch, it works well. But as the complexity grows, it starts struggling. But hopefully, I think in the future, definitely there is no denying that we will have a lot of automated AI powered software engineering. But I believe that the role of the software development and software architect will stay on for the foreseeable future. That's it. I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know, what do you think about this? And if you're interested to know About the previous OpenDevin, you can see that I did a video around 7 months ago on then OpenDevin, where we also installed it locally and played around with it. So check it out, and I would be highly grateful if you subscribe to the channel. I also want to thank Mast Compute, who have sponsored the VM and GPU for this video. If you're looking to rent a GPU on very affordable prices, I will drop the link to their website in video's description. Plus, I'm also going to give you a coupon code of 50% discount on a range of GPUs, so do check them out. Thanks for watching.